Live.
We live? Alright. Welcome everyone to SkootsTake, presented by Aaron Rodgers, coming live from Scoot's house. Sponsored by Miller Lite, the official beer of the Dallas Cowboys.
Not an actual sponsor.
Not an actual sponsor. We're also sponsored by SeatGeek.
But yeah, I'm here with my co-host Jules and Domtron. How you guys
Hello,
doing
everyone.
today?
Hey,
Good.
pretty good. Doing
It's
this
gonna be-
instead of writing an essay.
Yeah, I'm doing this instead of doing my calculus homework.
Alright, so let's get started here. What you got for us? We got...
I'd like to start us off with the value picks, the best value picks of
so
this
far
year's.
through week 8?
Yeah, so far through week 8, and who we think can bloom into one of the better picks coming up.
Well,
With the
I
rest of
want
the
to bring
season.
up Dorrance Armstrong Jr., drafted in the 4th round by the Dallas Cowboys.
Ooh. Explain why.
Okay, so throughout he hasn't really received many. Dorrance Armstrong got a start in week 8 over Tyrone Crawford and played about 70% of the snap that game against the Redskins, I believe. It was, I think it was the Redskins. He was there, and it threw me off.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can also go into Gallup as well, who looks like he could be something there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Gallup has some promise, but he needs more time to develop, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta adjust to the Cowboy system and playbook.
Yep. That's why I think it's good. It's going to be nice having Amari Cooper and Michael Gallup, because Amari Cooper has played in the NFL for a couple of years now, but he's not.
Yeah.
But he's new to their system.
And the fact of the matter is that the Cowboys had a totally different wide receiver this season that expected so much from them.
Mm-hmm. Rest in peace, Allen Hurns.
Rest in peace, Allen Hurns. What did happen to Allen Hurns?
He's still there.
He-
He's still there. He's still there.
Oh.
He's been the wide receiver 4 on the depth chart now, though.
Yeah, because he was supposed to be the number 1 wide receiver when they signed him.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Now there is. Also, want to talk about Justin Reed, who actually I had a 1st-round grade on the guy. I can't believe he swept all the way to the 3rd. Well, who else you guys got?
As a Packers fan, personally, I'd like to bring up Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
Well, you're wrong, and here's why.
He didn't even get a discussion, and he's just like, you're fucking wrong.
Mason Crosby field goal, 2016 playoffs. Quiet Cowboy fan.
Let me. Here's why. Aaron Rodgers, the historically great Aaron.
Let me tell you something about Aaron Rodgers.
Bad man.
He's a bad man. Yeah. Anyway, go continue.
Shit. When we played the Lions, he came in for
That was
Geronimo
what,
Allison.
week 4? Week 4 win that?
Yeah, week 4.
Was it week 4?
I think it was week 4.
Yeah, week 4.
Yeah.
He came
It was when he
in.
went off in fantasy.
Yeah, he got 19.8 fantasy points that week. If you're in PPR. He got 67 receiving yards along with a touchdown, which may not be that much, but for a 5th-round pick for his first game starting, I believe that is a pretty good output. And he has just become more and more involved in the Packers' offense sense. And this week against the Patriots, Geronimo Allison might also be out. And with his explosiveness versus some of the Patriots' defensive backs.
So, the Detroit game, he went 7 for 68 and 1 touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you want to bring up a better game, brought a different game where he went 3 for 103.
I was at that game. It was pretty nice. But you cannot give him too much credit because that was a broken play on the San Francisco defense side where he got like 80-something yards off of that single play.
Still, it's his best receiving showing, though. You can't knock him for that.
No, you can't because that was still a great thing by him.
He's a rookie, though, right?
Yeah, rookie, first year.
Nice. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, Jules, who you got, my guy? Who you got?
Well, he's not a rookie. He's a second-year player. I'm going to go with Jonathan Jones, cornerback for the New England Patriots.
Really?
Yes, because he is lined up. I mean, we have Stephon Gilmore, who's a lockdown. But then over here on our other cornerbacks, we have Jason McCourty. We have the Jackson dude that's a rookie, pretty good. He flashed in the preseason. But Jonathan Jones has sparked into, like, he is having a good amount of playing time in the field. He has, I think, 2 picks already in the season, and I think he should be the other starting cornerback for the lineup against the Packers.
Okay.
He's going to get burnt by Marquez.
Man, he better not. He's speed, bro.
Okay,
well,
if we're going to talk last year's draft, we got to bring up these 2 names then. And back in the 7th round, the Seahawks drafted Chris Carson and David Moore.
Really?
Goes off.
Both those guys were drafted in the 7th round of 2017.
Mm-hmm. And both are now starters for their offense.
Right. If we're going to talk about last year, those are even the best value picks.
Exactly. David Moore has gotten a touchdown or 2 in his last 3 games.
Right.
So, yeah, that just goes to show how much of a good value pick he was. I was just adding to it.
All right, and if we want to also bring up last year, we got to bring up the fact the only reason Jordan Lewis isn't starting is there's just 3 really good corners ahead of him, and he was easily the best nickel corner in that draft that fell to the 3rd round.
Mm-hmm.
And you saw that when who'd he face in the Green Bay game? Devontae Adams, right? That's who he got mossed by?
Correct.
Yep.
He was play for play with him, but on both times they tried throwing that, remember?
Mm-hmm. Devontae just made great catches.
Well, no. Jordan Lewis broke up one. Remember?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But they just went right back to it because he's a smaller corner.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, exact same route. 2
Same
times in a
exact
row.
play. Same exact play.
Yeah, now I remember that.
All right, so let's go to anyone else they want to add?
Not really.
Okay.
No.
All right. Who else we got? We got Nick Mullins versus CJ Beathard?
No. Up next is Gil Brandt.
Oh,
his
yeah,
induction into the Cowboys Hall of Fame and what he has done for
Ring of Honor. Okay, so Gil Brandt. I don't know how many people are familiar with that name. He does work for the NFL Network as a radio host. But back in the 50s and 60s, and I think all the way through the early 2000s, he was with the Cowboys organization. And an interesting statistic about Gil Brandt is he was responsible for, I guess now, 16 of the 21 people in that Ring of Honor. Well, 16 of 22, because you got to count Gil Brandt now. He is responsible for the signing of 16 of the people in the Ring of Honor. He's also responsible for signing 53 players that accounted for almost 200 Pro Bowls combined. And
wow, well, that's pretty damn impressive. And excuse my ignorance. Yeah, excuse my ignorance because this is the first time I've heard of him. But like,
Yeah, same.
And he is also responsible for implementing most of the practices with undrafted free agent rookies. He used to bring around 80 undrafted rookie free agents to training camps every year. The man was a pioneer in these areas.
Impressive. Wow, you said that like since the 50s, right? He was in the Cowboys organization.
He was with the Cowboys from the 50s, I think, to the early 2000s.
Damn, dude, you're going old, dude.
Let me be sure though on Gil Brandt.
That's commitment. That is fat commitment.
That is, yeah. Respects to that man right there.
Can we get a round of applause for Gil Brandt?
No, actually, hold up. He was with the Cowboys from 1960 to 1980.
Oh, solid 20 years, I think.
That's still really good for one person.
Yeah, that's still really good.
Most people get fired before 10 years.
Yep. And he is actually a Hall of Fame finalist this year as well.
Oh, really?
Might be inducted into the Hall of Fame this year, so.
Wait, dumb question, but for Hall of Famers, coaches can be first ballots as well, right?
I'm pretty sure, yes. I think Landry was first ballot, actually.
Okay, well then, based off on what he has done in progress during all those years, he definitely should be a first ballot Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, let me look up if Landry was a first ballot real quick.
Do 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 do. Now I'd like to bring up our first sponsor, Dollar Shave Club, because they'll sponsor anybody.
No, that's TikTok.
Both of those guys.
We're sponsored by TikTok.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. I can't find where they were put in. Anyway.
Now back to your regular scheduled program.
All right. CJ Beathard versus Nick Mullins now, I think, right?
Yes.
All right, guys. First, let's get our personal opinions out there before we look at the facts. 3, 2, 1. Nick Mullins.
Nick Mullins.
Mm-hmm.
And here's why. The man put up a record performance for a first start.
Yeah. There's also the fact going in that no San Francisco 49er QB in their first start has thrown for more than 3 consecutive touchdowns.
And also, he also tied the entire Bills organization for touchdown throws. He tied Marcus Mariota for touchdown throws so far this season. So,
and by next week, if he starts, he's definitely going to be passing Jameis Winston as well.
Hell, he even had more rushing yards.
Now, the real question is, do the 49ers trust him enough to go ahead and start him?
No, that's too early. We need to see more development from him. If he starts another game and starts showing the exact same number.
Yeah, I think you go ahead and you start him next game. You go ahead and you start him.
Start him.
Give him another test run. Make sure that it wasn't just a fluke last week because it was against the Raiders.
The Raiders. Yeah, you go ahead. You start him one more time. You start him one more again. Right? You go ahead and start him one more time.
Yeah, I agree on that.
And you kind of keep an eye out, see if there's more things you like. But I can't say I didn't like what I saw from my boy Nick Mullins.
Nope. I saw lots of things saying he was the owner of the Oakland Raiders last night.
Yeah, I
on
did
Wikipedia.
Too.
Correct.
Okay.
Fight on Twitter.
Yep, midway through the game. Now, the real question. Now, I want to segue into this since this does involve quarterbacks. Derek Carr was benched for A.J. McCarron. Was he not?
Interesting. Yes. No, yeah. He was okay. In the third quarter, to me. Yeah, late in the third quarter, he was benched for A.J. McCarron.
Do you think that was a precautionary thing to preserve Derek Carr, or no? Or do you think he was not playing up to standard?
It's not that he wasn't playing up to standards.
Was McCarron playing with the other starters? Was he playing with starters? Was he playing with the starting outline and Jared Cook though?
Yes. Yes.
He was. He
yes.
was. Okay,
yes.
then it was just an outright bench.
I saw Jared Cook out there in the field as well, along with Osemele, starting lineman.
Martavis Bryant and Nelson were out there as well.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, it was a bench. Now, anyway, Derek Carr, will he be out of Oakland by the end of this year, do you think?
Depends. Because time's running out on Derek Carr. He could go from a first-round pick to a third or fourth-round pick.
He was early second
round.
Him and McCarron are from the same draft class, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Yes, they are from the same draft class. If John Gruden really wants to start this organization, he might, in my opinion, want to trade Derek Carr as soon as possible, as long as he is worth a first-round pick. Because this man is stacking up on first-round picks left.
Now, there was a report from Jason La Canfora, and we know how accurate he is. He's with CBS. He was with CBS. He's not really that accurate, but he did bring up an interesting thing in the fact that he said that the Giants were looking into trading for Derek Carr during the combine of next year. So this upcoming combine, there was talk that they may trade for Derek Carr.
Huh. I mean, that'd be risky though, because
it would be.
We saw how he's been doing this year, and maybe going to the Giants, he could end up like he did in 2016, where he was in the MVP debate, leading his team to a 12-4 run before breaking his leg.
So, it's a very risky trade, but it was reported to be a possibility. And considering Gruden's really, I think the only person that's safe in Gruden's eyes is Cook, if you want to know the truth, and maybe Osemele.
Cook and Osemele. Wait, if he does end up trading players, what is Cook going to be worth?
What do you mean?
Like, if he ends up trading Cook, he would be worth what, a third-round pick?
Okay.
Fourth?
Jared Cook?
I'd say fourth at most.
Fourth-round pick.
How old is Cook? That'll determine a
lot. He's bounced around the NFL for since 2012.
I'll look him up.
I got it right now. He's 31 years old.
Oh, he's 31? Oh, yeah. Maybe a fifth.
Yeah, fifth-round pick.
Yeah. But where would Jared Cook go if he was traded?
A needy tight end team. Who needs a tight end right now? There you go. Dallas.
Do you want the guy that helped set Mason Crosby to kill your playoffs hopes on your team?
Yeah, actually, I wouldn't mind
it. The revenge.
He does the same
to Green Bay. That's fucked up.
But, I mean, we got the better tight. My boy, Rico Gather.
Oh, guys.
Cool gathers.
Hot take. The Raiders will be done with Carr, and they will be trading for none other than Nick Mullins.
Whoa, dude.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'll do you one better. I'll do you one better. The San Francisco 49ers trade Nick Mullins to Green Bay as the reincarnation of Brett Favre.
For Aaron Rodgers.
I'd be happy with that. Brett Favre,
Brett
Aaron
Favre,
Rodgers.
bless this man.
Brett Favre 2.0.
Yes.
They went to the same college, and Nick Mullins broke Brett Favre's records.
There you go. It's lining up, man. The stars are lining up. Planet. This is Green Bay's future.
All right, guys. Let's move on. What's our next thing we got?
Our next Jameis Winston still in the NFL by 2020.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
Yeah.
I just got to look at Vince Young.
You do not think he'll end up being a high backup, or do you think do you think he'll be too demanding of pay?
I think he'll be too demanding, and you got to Young as something to key in on. Look at their build. Jameis and Vince Young are built pretty dang similar. Am I not wrong about this?
No, you're right.
You are right.
And no one could really unlock Vince Young's potential. Am I right about this? No one really could.
As well.
The man had talent. But no one really knew how to use it.
What's with Tennessee and ruined QBs? First Vince Young, now Marcus Mariota.
And now you look at Jameis Winston, who you look at. I see a lot of the same issues Vince Young has had, but exaggerated. He has a lot worse issue with fumbling. He is not good with the ball, just like Vince Young. He is. I see an air of Vince Young with him, and Vince Young did not last.
You know what I see? I think Jameis Winston will obviously be replaced by a quarterback in the next few years that gets drafted, and he'll turn into a backup for the Bears.
You think Jameis Winston is going to be a backup for the Bears?
Yes. He'll turn into Mike Glennon. That's what I'm trying to say.
Second time a Tampa Bay QB has gone to the Bears to just waste cap space. To waste cap cents.
Okay. Now, the thing with famous Jameis is he turns the ball over too much. He's on the... I think he has more turnovers than Nathan Peterman. Don't quote me on that. I think he does right now.
This year, yes. I know he's thrown 10 interceptions this year to 4 touchdowns. I will check Nathan Peterman's interceptions.
I think he only has 6.
But he has not played as many games as, or has he?
Right. He started. Actually, wait.
He's starting Sunday. Nathan Peterman is starting Sunday.
Yeah, actually, he may have started. They may have started the same amount of games. Come to think.
Nathan Peterman has started 3 games, and he's thrown 4 picks to 1 touchdown.
How many games has Jameis started? I need that stat because I want to say they're close. Because he had that 3-game suspension and he didn't start that first game. I know that.
Yeah. All right. So he started against the Bengals, Browns, and Falcons this year.
So Jameis has started less games?
No, they started the same amount of games.
The same amount of games.
But Jameis also did not finish his game against the Bengals when he was pulled out.
He got benched for Ryan Fitzmagic.
Yep.
Yes, but he also threw 4 picks that game.
Yeah. And that was only in the first half too, wasn't it?
Yeah, mostly.
Yeah, first half.
So you look at that; they've started the same amount of games, and Jameis has thrown more picks than Nathan Peterman.
But also 3 more touchdowns. But that's not a good ratio either way.
The ratio is worse for Jameis.
Yes.
Actually, no.
I have a feeling that Jameis got way too aggressive with the ball when he started seeing the scoreboard, and that's why he pulled the trigger too much and got that many interceptions.
and he's an idiot. He way overthrew that Mike Evans ball in the Cincy game. Way too bad.
The only ball that was not his fault was a tipped one that I saw. I think it was his second interception of the day. It got tipped by the tight end, and then it fell into the Bengals player's hand. But the other ones were hard.
His fault. 100%.
His fault.
And then he fumbles every time he runs. You can't forget that.
Yeah, he can't run.
At least Nathan Peterman doesn't fumble that much.
Jameis Winston has the body of Burger.
Hot take. Based on that stat line, if I anything else, I'd rather start Nathan Peterman
than Jameis Winston.
Just based on the stat line of their touchdown to interception ratios.
No, because it says here, Nathan Peterman's touchdown interception is 1-4 this season. Jameis Winston is 6-10. It says 6-10 here.
At the bottom of the line, you're fucked if you get one of those QBs.
Honestly.
2/5.
Who will be replacing Jameis Winston?
No, 3/5. 3/5. In the short term, it'll be Fitzmagic. In the
short term, Fitzmagic.
The short term, Fitzmagic.
But in the next, not this upcoming draft class, but the one after that, do you think they'll try to take Dwayne Haskins or Tua Tagovailoa?
I thought Tua was declaring this year.
Yeah.
Was he? Oh, he did?
I think. Is he?
Hold up.
Pretty sure he was.
No, he's gonna be to 2020.
That's what I thought.
There we go.
So him and Dwayne Haskins. And Justin Herbert might even be staying in college football for next year.
Interesting fact.
Mm-hmm. Will that draft class be as fun to watch as this year's draft class?
No, because Nick Bosa. That's all I need to say, Nick Bosa.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Now, the real question is, Tua, is he a bust like nearly every other QB, or is he something different?
He's going to become Taysom Hill 2.0. They're just going to use him everywhere.
Yeah. Taysom Hill 2.0.
All right.
What a remarkable story by Taysom Hill, honestly.
All right.
I wish we would have saved a segment for Taysom Hill by himself.
Yeah.
We should do one.
Later. If there's time, we'll go ahead and do it. But let's talk about this with the remaining time we have. I want to talk about the Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys and potential, and the fact that
their salary cap,
basically their salary cap, and the amount of people they're going to have to retain starting in 2019 is absurd. I think they may have the most people under a rookie. No, they do have the most people on a rookie contract. I believe they're the second youngest team in the NFL.
Yep.
Behind the Browns. And just some big names to throw out there that will go. Their contracts will go up in either 2019 or 2020. You have names like Ezekiel Elliott, not Jason Wynn, Dak Prescott, Rico Gathers. You got Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott, Rico Gathers. I think Jeff Swaim, actually. Hold up.
Byron Jones.
Jones.
Smith. Amari Cooper. And DeMarcus Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
That is a lot of people that they need to get under contract.
They got and Jeff Swaim, 2015.
Jeff Swaim as well.
He's been their best tight end so far.
I thought you said that was Rico Gathers.
No, Rico has the best potential. He has potential to be. He has the potential to be.
Man, whatever happened to Giovanni Escobar?
Don't remind me. But you got so many people on these rookie contracts. And the good news is the dead money from Dez and Tony ends this year. So they'll have going into next year like 150, 160 million in cap room.
What players do you think they'll release or let walk?
Hot take. They'll do the 5th-year option on Zeke. They'll sign DeMarcus Lawrence long term, but he won't be the highest paid guy because he has a torn labrum right now, and that will affect him.
Yeah.
He'll be around the 3rd or 4th highest. I'll tell you that up front. He'll be the 3rd or 4th highest.
A very important player that I think they'll keep will be Byron Jones because that is their only cornerback or /safety, depending on which position he's playing in the defense. He's
a corner.
Through. Yeah. Well, he switched from safety to corner
this year.
And he's been a lockdown guy ever since. But
he is their only good cornerback in that defense.
No. You're wrong on that one.
Tell me about it.
Obi Owuzie?
Yeah, Cheeto. The only reason he's getting beat is
Are you blaming the Cowboys scheme?
No, actually, I'm blaming really damn good throws. Because when he was covering...
I'm blaming good plays.
Yes, because I want to bring up the Detroit game when they kept throwing the Kenny Golladay while he was covering Golladay. The man was all over him. Just Stafford kept throwing balls right where they needed to be, and he could not catch a break.
Yeah, and Golladay is like a Megatron, a mini Megatron. That's what everybody's saying.
Right.
Oh, yeah. He is.
He's a mini Megatron.
And that's the only reason. Because if you look, Cheeto was 1-for-1 with Kenny Golladay during that game. He was on him. There's no denying that. The man can cover. It's just he got beat because of height.
He's not a ball hawk like Josh.
He's not a ball hawk, yes.
I mean Josh Jackson. Right.
But do you see what I'm talking with that? If you go watch the highlights, Cheeto is all over Kenny. He went 1-for-1 with him. He just kept getting fucked.
He just kept on getting mossed, basically.
He got mossed by good throws.
Right. But yeah, I mean, Cheeto is far from a bad corner. He's damn good. The only bad corner, and I don't know why he's still starting, is Anthony Brown.
If he's starting, he can.
Contract. He was, but yeah, if you throw to him, you're pretty much passing.
Interesting. Wait, how many picks does Cheetah have right now?
He has one. Actually, the only person with a pick on that roster is Jeff Heath, my boy, the GOAT, Jeff Heath.
Very underrated player.
Extremely underrated.
Very underrated player. He is the only white man safety that I've seen that's a ball hawk, other than John Lynch back in the day.
Harrison Smith,
Harrison Smith. Never mind. He is shadowed by Harrison.
Like the thing is, people. The man is good. He has really good fucking instincts.
He is a mini Harrison Smith. We'll just put it at there.
Yeah, and
he is the average level of Harrison Smith.
And correct.
Okay, so let's put it this way. Real quick, since we're pretty much done with that, actually, I want to talk about the safety position.
All right.
Really weird topic, and it's gonna come out. So Derwin James, I want to bring him up quick because I think he was a victim because of this. Remember, everyone said he was a top 10 pick, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. And then he somehow dropped.
There is no talk about him.
Well, let me talk about why I think that is. I think the safety position is becoming not necessarily undervalued. I think it's going through a transitional period.
Elaborate.
I think the position is evolving in the sense that the free safety and strong safety position are about to merge into one position.
Oh, all right.
I think the strong safety is becoming obsolete, and that's why Derwin James fell.
Yeah, the strong safety has been used too much in the box and as an extra.
It's becoming an extra.
Yeah,
it's becoming
an extra linebacker.
And when you look at that, you're wanting a guy who can cover, but who can also thump an open field. And so you got players who've come along, like your Jeff Heaths, your Harrison Smith,
Eric Berry,
Eric Reed,
yeah.
Earl Thomas.
Is Devin Byard a free safety or strong?
Kevin is a Byard.
Kevin.
He's a free safety.
Okay,
he's a free.
Yeah.
And Kevin Byard's kind of done that too. You got all these players who are coming in, who are all not necessarily a free safety, but not necessarily a strong safety either.
Also Minkah Fitzpatrick. Miami Dolphins.
You got all these.
What even happened to Minkah? I haven't heard anything about it.
He's like Derwin James. They're just becoming one more man in the box. They're box safety, becoming linebacker.
And you look at that, and that's why Derwin fell, is not because he's a bad player. It's because they're strong safeties.
Mm-hmm.
He's a strong safety by nature.
I feel like that's also the reason that linebackers that aren't like slow, you look at people like Urlacher and all that, they actually have speed. Those kind of linebackers, they're being looked at more throughout the draft.
Linebackers with speed.
So you got, and then you get the guys that are really, really freaks. And I want to bring up. I'm glad you brought up Urlacher because I want to bring up the guy that he was compared to, like the guy in the draft that was being compared to Urlacher, Leighton Vander Esch.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I want to bring up his measurable 6'4", 250.
Bigger guy, yeah.
Ran a 4.40, I think, at the draft.
Oh jeez.
Yet he's being out. Yet he is being outshined by Darius Leonard.
Leonard's. He's
he's being out.
I think Leighton leads. It has more tackles. I think Leighton has more tackles than him.
I will check that fact real quick. You know Columbus would kill your ass if you said this on the phone.
Leighton Vander Esch, more tackles than... What was his name again?
Darius Leonard.
No, not Roquan Smith. Dude, what happened
Darius
to
Leonard.
Yeah, Darius Leonard. What happened to Roquan Smith?
I have no clue.
He didn't do any preseason or training camp, so he was not used to the system. And I think he has just kind of fallen off from there. Leighton Vander Esch has 54 combined tackles, and Darius Leonard has... I just typed
60.
has instead of tackles.
I think he has around 60. Maybe 70.
60?
88.
88?
Yeah, he leads the NFL in tackles.
He leads the NFL in tackles. That is an impressive number by a rookie linebacker.
So he's looking at maybe 172 some tackles by the end of the year.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
But you also gotta look at this.
Quiet, cowboy.
Well, no. Let me say this. Darius has started more games than Leighton. And if just based on that stat line, like the amount he has, I think he only started 5 games of the 8. If he started all 8, I think that he'd be on pace with Darius Leonard.
On pace or above, yeah.
He has started 5. Darius Leonard has started 7 of the 8 because he missed a week due to an injury.
But
so
are you saying in 2 weeks,
Leighton Vander Esch would have got
at least have 86.
He would have been
at
least pretty close. He could have. Yeah. He would have been close. He wouldn't have been above him, but it would have been really close.
They would have been on pace. They would have been on pace.
They would have been like neck and neck.
Right. And is that an agreeable statement? If they started the same number of games, they would be on pace with each other.
100%.
I agree on that. Darius would have 70. Leighton Vander Esch like, I don't know, 67 around there. They'll be neck and neck.
They would be.
Because Darius Leonard now has 79 tackles, and Leighton has 54.
Which
And considering
is
that
about Leighton's averaging, like, in games where he's starting, he's averaging at least 10 tackles.
Per game?
Let me see. He started. His first game starting was against.
At 10 tackles, like.
Yeah, you're right. He is averaging slightly above.
Because he had that 14 tackle game against Houston, which is good.
He had 10 tackles against the Seahawks, 6 against the Lions, 14 against Houston, 10 against Jacksonville, but then only 4 against Washington.
He didn't start against Washington, though.
Oh, he didn't start against Washington. He didn't start against.
So he only started 4 games.
Those stats are insane. Like, honestly, 14 tackles.
14 against Houston.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
The man was flying against Houston. The man was flying. Like, he's averaging, I think, at least 11 tackles a game when he's starting.
That's just crazy.
Well, the 4 games he started, he racked up 40 tackles in total, so it'd be 10.
Oh my god.
So, look at Darius Leonard. He at least racked up, 40 on the dot. 40 on the dot. And that was weeks 3 through 6, right? 3 through 6?
Yeah, 3 through 6.
That's just crazy.
Darius Leonard only has 1 more tackle through that same period.
Yeah, so they would have been real close. They're both really well.
What about sacks and tackles for loss, though?
Darius Leonard is ahead on 4 sack.
Who are the Colts playing this week?
I'm not sure.
Because
do they play the Titans?
No,
the Cowboys. Cowboys playing Titans.
And so, but you see what I'm saying, though, with Leighton is easily you could make the argument that Leighton is the best linebacker in the draft, just based off that 4-week stretch.
Yeah, definitely.
Possibly.
Him and Darius Leonard wouldn't be a 1 and 2. It'd be a 1A, 1B situation.
Yeah.
Correct.
Because the thing is, the thing on Leonard is he can cover someone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the thing. Leighton is a typical middle linebacker. He can go out in coverage.
Yeah.
He's covered tight ends throughout the season.
Mm-hmm. Which most linebackers should be able to.
Kept up with. Like, here.
In a way, he reminds me of Luke Kuechly, to be honest.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say, Luke Kuechly. But do I make the dare of comparing those 2 players?
I would.
You could.
Yeah, obviously, almost. I think he's the best linebacker in the game, Luke Kuechly.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a question from Chad Centrist Bears fan. What pick was Leonard?
He was round 2. I think he was 64th.
Yeah, round.
Their early pick.
Yeah, no linebacker
during
the first round.
He was early second round.
I think he was like the 3rd or 4th pick in the second round.
He was the 3rd pick in the second round. 3rd pick.
3rd pick in the second round.
I was wrong.
And he's easily better than Rashaan Evans.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh god, yeah.
I'm so glad we didn't Rashaan Evans. So,
oh yeah, yeah. What did it? The Titans did
horribly. Because they also took Harold Landry.
It just wasted talent with Rashaan Evans and Raquan Smith. Raquan Smith as well.
No,
we haven't heard anything from them.
He only has 17 tackles.
Ooh. So that's averaging like what? 1, like just so 2 tackles a game.
A little over 2 tackles a game.
Yeah.
Like 2.5 a game.
That's just sad.
Ooh. Here's something.
What?
Tremaine Edmonds has 62 total tackles this season.
Tremaine.
How many?
Edmonds has 62.
This has been a good linebacker class for the most part.
Wow.
Easily the top 3. The top 3 were like right now are Tremaine. Well, no. Number 1's Darius. Number 2, you could 50-50. Tremaine or
Mm-hmm.
and he had a first forced fumble against Baltimore.
I think he started every single game.
He started every game.
Jeez. And then he had a great game against the Patriots in Map. He was making plays all over the field. He had a tip pass. He had a TFL as well.
Tremaine Edmonds has 2 forced fumbles though.
And 2 forced fumbles.
One
Hey,
against Tennessee,
Packers, do you want to trade for that guy real quick?
Wish.
Blake Martinez is overrated.
Eat my cock.
I will kill you. You know what? He's not even overrated at all. He is like treated like crap throughout the league. He was tied for leading the league in tackles last year. He is all over the field.
How to trigger a Packers fan 101.
Did you watch the 49ers game? Did you see how all over everything Blake Martinez was?
I did not watch that game, but I'm just saying I love doing that to trigger people.
I love Blake Martinez so much.
Martinez is funny in the sense that no one loves him, but he is still a really good linebacker. I really hope the Cowboys finesse him.
No.
Keep your dirty paws away.
He reminds me a lot like AJ Hawk.
AJ Hawk.
Mm-hmm.
AJ Hawk, Nick Perry, and Blake Martinez could have been a great linebacker group.
And Clay Matthews.
Didn't happen.
Clay Matthews, 2010 season. 2011 actually season. That would have a little bit better.
For Packer fans out there, are you excited to see Clay Matthews gone next year? Because we've already seen.
Are you excited to see Clay Matthews to get suspended? Or illegal hits on a quarterback?
I think it clears up.
Silent.
I think it clears up a nice chunk of cap space. He really hasn't been playing too well.
I agree.
It's sad to see him go. Like, he was a great player, but he's
I thought you were putting Chargers in here. Chargers. Where's Chargers?
He said he's busy.
When I first read what he was saying, I thought he said I was just pooping it, not popping in.
Hold up. So, the thing is, this is pretty much the after show at this point. We've pretty much...
We've lost all our viewers. I am the only one watching.
By the way...
How many viewers did we have? How many viewers did we have?
For
the max was 5,
Yep.
so 4, not including me.
We did pretty good for the first one, then.
No,
nice.
Yesterday we were averaging 6 viewers. Today we averaged 4. So that's actually not bad. We're actually doing pretty nice.
So is SkootsTake instantly the second most popular show now?
Yep.
I believe it is.
Damn right.
Until we get the undisputed clone now.
Yeah. Dude, if we could get Skip in here, I'll be his Skip Bayless. Honestly.
We need to get Ski Up in here.
Yeah.
Ski Up!
Oh my god.
If we get Skip in here, I'll be Skip Bayless. No joke, I'll be Skip Bayless here, and he can be.
Can we get Columbus on here so I can insult his fucking Columbus?
If you guys want me to, I will send him an invite.
Send him an invite, pussy.
Not this one. Not this one, though.
Not
yeah,
this
another
Discord?
one.
I really want him as a guest host.
Yes.
A guest. I want him as a guest host.
And then we just trigger him.
I can invite him to this
There's
one.
an entire anti-cult. I want him to explain to me why he thinks they have a shot to win the division. I want him to explain that to me. I want him to explain his logic there.
Yeah, freaking Andrew Luck and his go-go gadget on.
I really want him to explain that logic because Because he didn't even let me tell him why it won't happen. I want him to tell me.
He thinks they'll win out. That's the thing.
Okay, guys, do you want me to end the stream?
Yeah,
The Colts don't
end
even
the stream.